Today I am racing the Wednesday Night Worlds, also known as the Mountbatten Circuit Races. Now, you may have already noticed, I'm trying out the TT helmet, popularised by Jumbo Visma. I thought I'd finally give it a try, considering I had one knocking around. It looks pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll find out tonight if the aero proves to be real. I'm racing in the Grenada skin suit, which you can't quite see. So I'm just wearing this jersey so I can carry all my spares and things in the pockets and then just leave that while I race. It's a classic 1 hour race. Mountbatten, which the long-time viewers will know, is like a very large velodrome. I think it's 450 or 650 meters long. So yeah, pretty much a big circle. And yeah, a fair few hitters out, I think. So it should be a good fun racing. Now, I was ill a week or two ago, so I'm on a bit of a comeback at the moment, but that doesn't mean I'll go down without a fight. So hopefully we can have some good fun and get stuck in. Come onto this freshly paved road. Didn't need a new paving, but it's close to cars for now, so I've got a nice bit of free road. As always, we're riding the Van Rysel RCR Pro, which is just an amazing bike. Like, everyone asks me, oh, how is it? And it's just like, it's just really good all round. So no complaints there. And of course, we've got the Schwalbe Pro 1 rubber, which is both fast and grippy, which, what more could you want? Oh, and of course, good for punctures, or the lack of. Now, with the midweek crits comes a lot of pressure and a lot of potential kudos and reputation points. See, if you win one of these bad boys, you're basically royalty for a week, 7 whole days of, yeah, you're just the big dog. But then the week rolls around, you come back, we're all starting from scratch, we're all on the same level, and there's definitely a lot of bragging rights up for grabs, especially between my mates. So we've got to make sure we beat Harry and Sam and Matt and Ed. Those guys, we got to roll them. Oh, it's chilly. You alright?
Yeah, it is. Just you be glad you're going to get yourself.
Yeah, yeah, you need
I'm
a
going to
jacket.
stand in the middle here.
We are back at Mountbatten. This is really where my racing all begun, nearly 9 years ago now, which is crazy to think. Many circles have been ridden in this time. A lot of familiar faces, so let's get right into it. We have got a lovely sunset in the background, and all of this footage is being caught on my Insta360 X4. If you're interested in getting one for yourself, then check out the link in the description, which gives you a free selfie stick. We had a pretty cruisy start to this race. We had no attacks for a good 3 or 4 laps, which may be a record as far as I'm concerned. We had a little bit of casual through and off to get things warmed up, and then yeah, I couldn't resist a little dig just to get things started. So one thing about attacking in races like this, you really got to be aware. You can see I'm looking over my shoulder, seeing who's behind. Does it look like they want to accelerate? Does it look like someone is going to come down from higher up on the track and try and get on my wheel? We've managed to drag 4 guys clear. Looks pretty promising, but as always, it's the start of the race. Pretty much everyone is as fresh can be, so it eventually came to nothing. So as we got caught here, I saw an opportunity. This often happens when a group gets caught. The chasers ease up as they catch on to the back of the group, so it's often really easy to get off the front, especially as the rest of the group see that we've been caught and they ease up too. So if you have got a bit of spare energy and still want to get away, then it's often a fairly easy opportunity to get a gap. As you can see, I'm pretty focused on the aero position, trying to get as narrow as possible and as low as possible. Once again, 3 more guys bridged across, led by Harry in the white and red. And yeah, I kind of messed up the acceleration on this one. I guess I just need to recalibrate to accelerating as the group comes past. If you're liking the video and you're not already subscribed, then why not give me a subscribe? It really helps with the channel, helps with sponsors, and helps with all my future goals, so that's very much appreciated. So we've been rolling through and off for a little while. The bunch had settled down, and I was like, it's my time to go once again. So seated aero position, you can hear my front neck actually needs to be adjusted there. You can hear the grinding of the chain. But
managed to get clear, pulled Harry, so it was just me and Harry in a 2-up for a little bit, and yeah, we properly launched off the front, nearly hitting 60k an hour, and also nearly hitting 180 beats per minute, so quickly getting that heart rate close to red line. Not quite, but yeah, injecting some pace. So flick the elbow here to Harry. We actually ended up doing a 2-up for a good 3 or 4 laps before we ended up getting caught again. Me and Harry have been racing together for a long time. I don't think we've ever actually had a successful 2-up breakaway, so that would definitely be the MB dream. But unfortunately, today was not the day for that. Harry has even narrower handlebars than me, so unsurprisingly, his position is even more aero. And it's actually crazy how low he can get his power when we're in the same move. So once again, we ended up getting caught by a group of 3, so we had a fairly big group, but I think the impetus was still there behind, so we actually ended up getting caught by the rest of the bunch too. So the bunch came together here. You can see Matt in the blue. I could see he looked like he was pretty eager to go for a move. I saw him moving forward, so I dropped down and followed him there. Put in a pretty well-timed attack, and quickly realised that was me, him, and one other guy pulled away for a 3-up breakaway. So we ended up working the 3 of us pretty well for a fair few laps. The gap from behind looked like it was oscillating. At one point it would grow, then it would shrink a bit. It turned out Harry was doing some pretty big turns, and every time he was on the front it would come down, and then he would peel off and the gap would go out again. But eventually he decided enough was enough, and he absolutely launched across the gap. You can see there, when I look back, I saw him coming so fast, so you can hear me shouting to Matt to accelerate, because frankly, Harry is probably the best sprinter in the rest of the field, and I was like, I'd rather not have him in the break, even if he is my mate. So I was trying to get some speed up in our group, but it was all too late. He had so much speed, he must have been going nearly 60k an hour, so he actually caught us pretty easily, and this little acceleration I did didn't really make any difference. And not long after Harry was there was 4 of us working pretty smoothly together, and with the field today, it was pretty small already. I think there was only not much more than 10 of us. So having 4 out front of the strongest riders, we ended up lapping a fair bit faster than the rest of the field, and eventually we ended up taking the full lap, which is pretty normal at Mountbatten. And that sort of seals the fate of the front group versus the rear group. But the games do get a little bit interesting. Once we caught that front group, it really was a chilled out race. I think a couple of the other guys made attacks, but it all came together and stayed together pretty easily. So because of that neutralization I spoke about, we actually ended up dropping ourselves from the main peloton, which we'd lapped, so sort of unlapping them. And we come up to 2 laps to go. I think we all just like to play the game of track sprinter. It gets pretty cagey. None of us are really trying to be the one to lead it out. None of us want to be on the front. But if you look behind, we zoom in here and you can see Bob, who had attacked from the peloton and was actually coming to join us on the lead lap. So we're all aware of it. We're, obviously still no one wanted to be on the front. Everyone's trying to avoid a turn, but acutely aware that he was actually closing in on us really quick. So just get the sweat off the fingertips here, dry the hands a little into the drops, ready for the sprint. Hadn't looked over my shoulder in a while, thinking, where's Bob? He's got to catch us soon. I think that's what we're all waiting for. And he absolutely sent it with much more speed than I thought. But yeah, Matt was on the front, he reacted first. Harry just in front of me, and then Stephen behind me. Now Harry was anticipating a move from behind, and he was right, as Stephen absolutely sent it from 300 meters to go. The other guys react. I'm patient here, I don't want to spend more time in the wind than I need to, so I don't launch to the max sprint straight away. Harry unfortunately pulled his foot out of the pedal, leaving just Matt and Stephen ahead. I kicked again, coming the long way around, 3 wide. I was really cutting it close on Matt's hip there, but with that second kick and the momentum coming off the banking, I secured the dub.
Oh, amazing, thank you, cheers. Beautiful.
Now, 1 bottle of champagne richer, it was time for a peaceful ride home in the night.
MB is complete. Nice to get the win there, especially after being ill recently. Yeah, after that kind of thing, the morale is very welcome. As I'm sure I've explained already, had to take a little some soft balls towards the end. The fitness is building, but nice to see the sprint is at a decent level. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. As I ride back home at night, it's about 9:30, and it's really nice. It's actually pretty quiet on these roads at this time, and pretty peaceful. So get home, have some food, and have some sleep, and I'll see you guys in the next one.